Hello friends, welcome to Truth of Physics. Today I will detailedly discuss the hexagonal close packing structure, that is HCP structure, and I will calculate also the APF of the hexagonal close packing. That is, APF means the atomic packing fraction. Okay, so what is APF? APF means the atomic packing fraction, means the volume of atoms divided by, this means the volume of atoms divided by the volume of the unit cell, Now what is the structure of HCP? Let us understand. So this is our structure of hexagonal close packing, and this is suppose this height is suppose C. Okay, so you can easily understand that this is a 3D shape, so you have to imagine this shape. Okay, so we have hexagonal close packing, that means hexa means 6, so we have the 6 number of sides here. So one side is this, one side is this, one side this and this. So this type of structure, this type of hexagonal structure is here. So this have a base and upper side. The upper and the base is similar, and you can easily understand that there is 6 atoms placed in the 6 corners of the pentagon base. Okay, hexagon base. So and one atom is the center, at the center of this hexagon, that is this, and similar shape is above. Okay, now there is 3 additional atoms here. So what are these 3 atoms and what are the orientations? You can easily understand that if we have 3 atoms placed very nearly closed, that is touching 3 atoms, then we can find a hole inside that, and this hole is filled with this atom. That is, if we put an atom on this hole, then the atom that I have put on this hole, the atom is nothing but this atom. So if we put that atom, so the projection of this, that is, this atom is placed on the hole of these 3 atoms, that is on this thing, on this point. And from geometrical concept, geometrical symmetries, it can be said that this point will be the centroid of this triangle, and so this plane is just the half of this total height, that is C by 2, and this height is very small. You can easily understand that if we place this atom, so this height is very small, but if I have drawn like this, that there is this type of gap, this type of length, to clear the concepts easily. Okay, to explain this. Now this is the structure. Now to find the APF, that is atomic packing fraction, this is our formula. So we have to calculate the volume of atoms. Okay, so I have to calculate the number of atoms in a unit cell. Okay, but what will be the number of atoms? These are not the number of atoms if we calculate the total number of atoms. Okay, so what are the actual number of atoms? Because this atom is contributed with the nearby unit cells. So what is the number of unit cell that is shared with this atom? We have to calculate that. So just imagine that we have this hexagonal structure. Okay, and we have this atom at this corner. So to cover it completely, we have to put 3 unit cells downward in lower region and 3 in the upper the plane, so that we can completely cover this atom. That means this is, here will be one unit cell, and here will be another unit cell, and this is 3 down the plane, and above the plane there will be more 3. So the total number of unit cells will be 6 to cover this atom completely. So the contribution of this atom for each unit cell, that is the contribution of this atom for this unit cell, will be what? 1 by 6. Clear? Now what will be the total number of atoms, this type of atoms? Here it is 6 in the upper plane, and the number of atoms like this is 6 in the lower plane, that is in the base. So the total number of atoms like this is 12 in a unit cell. So we have to just multiply it with 12 so that we can find the total contribution of this type of atoms for each unit cell, for one unit cell. Okay. Now similarly for this atom, you can easily understand that if we put one unit cell above the plane, then this is completely covered. So the one unit cell is above the plane and one unit cell is below the plane, that is this unit cell. So the contribution of this atom for each unit cell will be what? Half. And the number of atoms is what? This type of atoms, the number of this type of atoms is 1 and 2 in a unit cell. So this will be multiplied with 2. So the the contribution for this type of atoms is 1. Now another type of atoms is there, and that is this. But you can easily understand that this type of atoms are inside this unit cell. We have this unit cell and this type of atoms is inside this unit cell. So the contribution of each of these atoms is 1 because it is inside this unit cell. Okay, so the contribution is 1, and the number of atoms in a unit cell of this type of atoms is what? 3. So the total contribution is 3. So the total contribution of the atoms for one unit cell is what? Just 2 plus 1 plus 3, that is 6. So the 6 effective number of atoms in a unit cell into the volume of each atom. I am assuming the radius of each atom is r. So 4/3 pi r cube is the volume of each atom, and it is multiplied with 6 so that we can find the volume of atoms, the total number of volume of atoms. Total volume of atoms in a unit cell divided by the volume of unit cell. That is, if we multiply the height with the base, if we find the area of the base and multiply it with the height, then you can easily understand that we can find the volume of this total unit cell. It is a similar way that we have find the volume of an cylinder. The base, the area of a base into the height. So the area of base into the height, C. So the area of base will be what? So you can understand that this is a hexagon, and this is, if this side is A, this side will also be A and this side will also be A, because this is a regular hexagon. So this is an equilateral triangle, and we can find 6 equilateral triangle here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This. That means number of equilateral triangle is 6. So 6 into root over 3 by 4 is square. Now we don't know the value of C here. So we have to just convert C in terms of A to get our answer, to get the atomic packing fraction. So for that we have to just do a geometry here, and the geometry is what? I am just removing it to clarify the geometry. So I have drawn the lower part, that is, this is one atom of the triangular area, that is middle of the structure, and these 3 atoms are in the base. Okay, so I think that you can understand that. So this is that same void. Okay, and the atom is placed in that void. Okay, now this is what? This is the centroid of this triangle, as I have earlier discussed. So, and these lengths are A. Now this height is C by 2. So from this triangle I can say that AO, the length AO will be what? As this is the centroid of this triangle, so the length AO will be just the 2/3 of the height So I am denoting it with h, the height, and the height will be what? The height will be 2/3 into the height will be the height of equilateral triangle is root 3 by 2 into the length of each side. Now this is the AO, so the AO will be A by root 3. So this is AO. Now from this triangle, from this is suppose our D point. So DAO, from this triangle you can understand that this angle is 90 degrees. So using Pythagoras theorem, I can say that this, the square of this, OD square plus AO square is equals to AD square. That means the I can just write that DO square will be rearranging the Pythagoras theorem. So DO square will be just AD square minus AO square. Now what is AD square? We have calculated AO square, but what is AD square? As this is the atom and this is the atom, just imagine, just try to recall that thing that I have discussed previously, that we have 3 atoms, and in the hole the upper atom is placed in that hole, that is the upper atom is in this hole. So each of these 4 atoms are just connected, are just touched each other. So this atom is just touched each other. So if there is 2 atoms that are touched each other, so the distance between the centers of the 2 atoms will be just the 2r. Okay, so this height, that AD will be just 2r. So the AD will be 2r. So 4r square minus AO square, that means A square divided by 3. DO is what? DO is C divided, okay. So from here I can write that A, and what is A? A is the lattice parameter, and A, from these 2 atoms, the distance A will be just similarly 2r, as these 2 atoms are also touching each other. So the lattice parameter will be 2r. So putting that, I can write that this is 4r square. So this is just 3, and this will be 12r square minus 4r square, right? So from here I can write that this will be 8r square divided by 3. So this will be 8r square divided by 3. And okay, now if we square root it, then this will be, if we square, because there is DO square, so the DO, that is the C by 2 distance, this is DO, this is C by 2 distance, so C by 2, that is DO, will be equal to just square root of 8 by 3 into r, square root of 8 by 3 into r. So if we take this r in this side, this will be C by 2r, and C by 2r is what? Just C by 2r is equals to C by A. So C by A is equals to root over 8 by 3. Okay, so this is our one concept. Now if we put the r means okay, so calculating this, I will come that this will be 16 divided by 3 into C into pi r square, and I can write 16 as okay, 16 I can write 16 as 8 into 2, that means 2 into 8, that means 2r cube. Okay, this is 16 divided by 3. Okay, now 3 into, there is root 3 a square. Now this 2r, I can replace 2r with a, right, because a equals to 2r. So 2a cube divided by 3 root 3 c, and there is a square, so a square will be cancelled out, and there will be left with a by c, and a by c to what? Root over 3 by 8. So this will be root over 3 over 8, 2 by 3 and root 3. This 3 will be cancelled out, and here a pi is missed, so this, there will be a pi, so this will be just 2 pi. So if you calculate 2 pi by 3 root 8, so you can come, so the answer will be, calculating this, the answer will be 74%. So this is what? This is the atomic packing fraction of HCP structure. So we can easily find the atomic packing fraction of HCP structure, which is 74%. So I think that you have understand the concepts that I have cleared in this video. So this was a detailed video on the calculation of the atomic packing fraction of HCP structure. So if you like this video, then share this video and take care of yourself. Thank you for watching.